Good morning, guys and gals. Welcome back to the green light. Guys, I had to make this video this morning because as a gamer since the time that I can remember that I played games, which is probably like 5 years old, I've been excited for everything gaming, any advancement in gaming, whether it's PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, anything. I've been excited. Okay, so I'm kind of shocked at what I've been seeing on the internet, on YouTube specifically, regarding the Google Stadia, and I felt like I just had to make a video about it. So as you can see, the Google Stadia it's receiving so much hate, it's unreal. Okay, you type Google Stadia in YouTube, and all you see are what you saw on the screen just now. Let me run that back. Okay, missing tons of features. Google Stadia looks to launch as unfinished trash. Wow. Xbox xCloud destroys Google Stadia. Okay. Google Stadia, a failure in the making. Really? Why xCloud just killed Google Stadia? Okay, not too bad, but Google Stadia launch will be awful. 6 reasons Google Stadia will fail. Google Stadia is straight up confused. Stadia looks dead on arrival with abysmal launch lineup and tons of missing features. Google Stadia, can it recover? Which is not too bad, but and maybe it's because I've been watching those videos just to see their points of views. Google Stadia's game prices are absolutely ridiculous. That's Review Tech USA right there. But every time I open up YouTube, and I just happen to see a bunch of Google Stadia hate videos, and again, it's probably just because I've been watching those videos, but I've been trying to listen to these guys' points of views, and I have, and I've come up with a list that I feel like addresses, their issues with it. Now, here we go. Let me start it for you guys. So, why does everyone hate the Google Stadia? Okay. It threatens console gaming for console enthusiasts or game collectors. I've seen, a handful of game collectors that are they're kind of afraid that it's going to take away their game collecting. That's what they've done. They've built a huge library of games, and they want to keep collecting them for the future, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with collecting games. I wish I had a game collection. I don't really wish I had one. I don't really need one or desire to have one. So I really don't wish I had one. But, I can understand why a game collector would shy away from this advancement in technology. 100% understandable. Right. The thing is, you're not going to take these games with you anyway. When it's your time, you're not taking these games with you. It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter how many games you collect, how many material things you have on this earth while you're here. You're not taking any of that stuff with you. All you're taking is your experiences. And who knows what happens when we leave this earth. But at least we can hope to have our experiences that we had while we were humans here on Earth, and we can take them with us wherever we go next, and we'll remember them. So enjoy this advancement in gaming, instead of fearing the loss of something in the future that you think will be, to your benefit. right? Not enough titles on launch. For me, this is not really a big deal because all I'm gonna really be playing is Destiny. All I play right now is Destiny 2. I might get like Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's like I understand where people are coming from with this as well, right? There are only 12 titles at launch. Now, think to yourself, how many games do I play right now? How many games do you play right now? Maybe 3 max that you're actually actively playing right now. Maybe 3 games max. I don't see anybody playing more than maybe 5 games max at one time. I mean, that's a lot of games. If that's pretty casual. You know, you're being super casual if you're gonna play 50 games at one time. You know, so if you have that argument that there are not enough titles at launch, I guess you must be thinking about the other consumers, right? Like who's gonna adopt the Google Stadia if there are not enough games to satisfy a large base of customers. Well, right now, this Premier Edition or Founders Edition, they're for people that want to have this experience. This is the first time, aside from like NVIDIA's GeForce, which is not releasing in this capacity, right? That NVIDIA GeForce or whatever it's called, it's a closed invite only beta, and they're not proposing to have. I'm not going to really speak on it too much because I don't know too much about it, but I'm pretty sure they're not proposing to have all the features that the Google Stadia will have eventually. So, you know, yeah, you could say, okay, there are not enough people that are going to adopt this Google Stadia because there aren't enough games at launch to pique a wide variety of people's interests. But I don't really feel like that's the goal. That's not what Google Stadia is trying to do. I feel like they're trying to get the people in that are really excited about where this can go. They're trying to assess their concerns because there are going to be concerns. You know, in business, you're going to run into things that you weren't really aware of. Once you put things out to the public, and you know, you have to test the response, right? What's the response going to be? How can I reply back in a positive manner to continue to grow my business? And that's what I feel like Google is doing here. I mean, they're not some, you know, elementary kid practicing business or something. I don't know. You know, like they know what they're doing. They're a business. They have some of the smartest people in the world working for them and advising them, right? So they're not going to just put out a bunch of crap just so people can bash it even more. You know, they're going to say, okay, let me just put this base out right now. You know, let me put this solid base out right now. Allow people to experience it, make sure it's stable, and then start implementing these features one by one. So it'll be a clean implementation, you know? You know, a lot of features aren't going to be there when it launches here on Tuesday. No, we're not going to have our controllers yet. You know, I'm not worried about that stuff. I want the Google Stadia to succeed because this is the future of gaming. And I think it's pretty amazing that people will be able to use their 10-year-old computers, you know, not have to upgrade them, you know, and play the games at the max settings they're supposed to be, you know. I just think it's pretty amazing. It gives people that don't build computers, that don't have access to consoles, to do these things. And it's going to bring a bunch more gamers that wouldn't have a game otherwise into gaming. And I think it's just an amazing thing that's going to happen here, guys. So another one I have here is the price of the games. Now, I understand you're paying for the license to play that game. So I could kind of agree with some people here. Maybe the game should be maybe only like $40 instead of a full $65 or whatever. Or maybe it should be like, you know, Yeah, I would say maybe like around $40 or something like that. I don't know what their policy is going to be when, if Google Stadia were to shut down or something like that. I'm pretty sure Google's not just going to leave people out in the dust. People compared it to, how the PSP failed, but they didn't have to do anything because you had your hardware, you still had your games and stuff like that. In this case, as a business, you have to have some type of heart, right? You have to satisfy your customers somehow. If Google were to just shut down the Stadia after you bought all your games and all your games are gone, what kind of business would they be? People would turn their backs on them, and they know that. So as, business people, they're not going to allow something like that to happen, to destroy their name, and if they do, then that's just a lesson they'll have to learn, right? That they're not invincible just because they're Google and everybody uses a search engine. That could change tomorrow, right? If enough people are pissed off about it. So, people say, oh, the price of the games are too much. I can kind of agree with that, right? They should probably be like maybe $40, $30, something like that. But at the same time, you go out, you buy an Xbox, you buy a PlayStation for $300-$400, right? And then they gripe about the $10 a month. I mean, you pay $10 a month for Xbox Plus or whatever, and PlayStation Plus, whatever you call this shit, Xbox Live, whatever. And then you pay full price for the game too. And a lot of people like me, I don't even like disc copies. Like, I like to have all my stuff online already because it's just less clutter in the house. I don't really care about the boxes. I'm sure maybe they'll be worth a lot of money someday, but I just don't care to collect stuff like that, But I mean, it's just, you're not paying for the console, right? Like, it's like you're not shelling out the $400 to be able to buy the games to play on that console. It's $10 a month, and it's not like you're paying Google Stadia Plus. I mean, eventually you'll be able to play it for free. So it's just like the gripe that, you have to pay full price for the game. What does it matter? And are you going to be playing that game 10 years from now? Are you going to really need that game like that? But it's all subjective, but that's just my take on it. So yeah, guys, I mean, that pretty much addresses most things that I've seen, and guys, I just want to say, give Google Stadia a try. Give it a try, give it a shot. We're gamers. We're supposed to be pushing for the advancement of gaming, not trying to break it down at every chance that we can get, right? For some views or for some money. I don't know if that's the motivation for some of these videos that I've seen, because they're getting a lot of views. But it's like, you're bashing something that these people have put their life's work into over the past like 7 years or so. They've devoted their lives to this, right? And you have these people that that are making these YouTube videos, and they're just bashing the thing. They're calling it trash, and it's Google's thing. Google owns YouTube, who are giving you guys a paycheck. And can you at least give it a chance? I understand if you can't, if the views are too good for you, if that's your motivation. But anyway, guys, keep those green lights on, man. Let's push for the advancement of gaming. If the Stadia fails, it fails. But let's try to help it succeed, right? Let's try to, not be negative about the thing, and hope that it changes gaming for the better. And I feel like it can only change it for the better, guys. Twitch stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Guys, check me out. I most likely will be doing a stream on Tuesday as soon as the Stadia releases. Well, when I get home from work. And I'll be playing it on Tuesday, guys. So I'm pretty excited. Hope you guys show up to the stream and witness some revolutionary gameplay. All right, guys, keep those green lights on, man. Get you on the next one.